We welcome you to Frankfort High School. Tonight, Sean Walker, Mike Walensky here as the West Lafayette Red Devils face off against the Frankfort Hot Dogs here on the ISC Sports Network, and what is a joint production tonight with the Hot Dog TV Network, the student-produced program. So we want to thank Mr. Salee and the entire class joining us here this evening. Mike, we got a good one coming in here. Frankfort, home team, 8-4 on the season. West Lafayette, 7-3-2. As our pregame show is brought to us by Healthy Communities. Finding and applying for health insurance is hard, especially now. We get that. Our mission is to help not only children and families, but everyone. We can help you obtain the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Our help is free, unbiased, and local. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Mike, this is a game that we've had the last couple of years on here on the ISC Sports Network, and excited. It's always a great matchup in 2A soccer.
It is, because West Lafayette traditionally is a team that is poised to win a state championship, and Frankfort is a team that's on the rise. Chris Butler has provided some stability for the Hot Dogs, and each and every year they have done a great job of getting themselves into a position where they've competed for a regional championship.
You know, I think it's amazing that both of these teams are where they're at in the season. Honestly, they've graduated a lot, had some turnover and things, but they just keep turning out good teams, it seems, year after year, both of these programs.
I think it's really interesting, Sean, from the standpoint that Frankfort lost 9 starters last year, and Chris Butler really has had to piece together his lineup from week to week. He's 8-4 right now, and he's decided to make a change in goal with a little bit taller, more athletic Avi Hernandez, who's been a striker for most of the season, so that'll be interesting from that perspective. For West Lafayette, Aaron Cook, also a West Lafayette graduate who went on and swam at Indiana University. In fact, Aaron told me he was the last swimmer on was the last team that Doc Councilman, the great Doc Councilman coach. Now he has a chance to run this West Lafayette team into a position to make a run for a state championship. His son, a junior, Carson Cook, is now one of the leading scorers in the country with 29 goals in 12 games, and he hovers in the top 5 with total points according to Max Preps. And this kid has been on fire, and they have been improving week in and week out. And Coach Butler talked about this is going to be a real challenge.
We'll step aside for the national anthem when we come back. Soccer headed your way on the ISC.
Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
We love to see you here at the Farmers Bank. However, we know there are times you need to bank on your schedule, wherever you may be. With the Farmers Bank mobile banking app, you can check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and now you can also securely deposit checks with your smartphone by simply taking a picture of the check. Download our mobile banking app today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. How hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks. Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
We welcome you back to Frankfort, home of the Hot Dogs here on the ISC Sports Network, where West Lafayette comes to town, travels to Clinton County to take on the Hot Dogs. Sean Walker, Mike Walensky here for you this evening in what is our first broadcast of the year here for soccer. And again, joint effort with the Hot Dog TV Network, their radio TV class. So special thank you to Mr. Salee, and then obviously Athletic Director Ed Niehaus for having us out. allowing us to bring this broadcast to you this evening. So excited.
I'm really excited about this matchup tonight because this is a great measuring stick for Coach Butler and the Frankfort Hot Dogs. And he's never had a chance to beat West Lafayette. Perhaps tonight is the night, but they've got to find a way to control the midfield. And the key player for the Hot Dogs is going to be Leo Mejia, Sean, because if Leo Mejia can work wonders out there, he'll give his team a chance to win tonight's match.
You know, Mike, you talked about some of the keys. What are some of the other things that either the Hot Dogs or the Red Devils need to do to be successful here tonight?
Well, I think with both teams, intensity is going to be important. How these teams start off is going to depend upon the outcome of the match, particularly for Frankfort. If Frankfort gets down in this match, it could be trouble because from a skills standpoint, West Lafayette certainly has the advantage. I think the other thing is being able to control the midfield. Whoever controls the midfield has a chance, and somehow, some way, Frankfort has to stop and slow down junior Carson Cook.
Ball put into play. You mentioned Carson Cook leading the team in goals, and he has been on a tear. I mean, you look at it, 104 shots on goal, and 29 of them have found the back of the net, Mike.
And that's a pretty phenomenal number from an individual who last year did most of the setting up for West Lafayette's squad. A team that had a chance to make a run at the state championship got knocked out in a very disappointing loss to Hammond Bishop Knoll, a team that went on and did wonderful things in the state tournament.
So pressure here early from West Lafayette already on this side of the field. Or we should call it the pitch. I guess it's soccer. Nice attempt there. Frankfort will look to clear it out. Controlled by West Lafayette in the middle of the field. And there's Miguel Vander Minsbruga. Definitely some fun names on the roster tonight to get to call here. We didn't get a chance to get through our starting lineups in the pregame. So we'll talk about those players here momentarily.
Miguel is also an important factor for Aaron Cook's club in the sense that he is also a midfielder, senior. Vander Mensbruga, it'll be up to him to match up with Leo Mejia early on as we see a card now on a West Lafayette defender out there.
Mike, I had a hard time seeing who that was on. Did you, by chance, catch a number there? Was it 10?
Yeah, it may have been Carson Cook, the leading scorer for the Red Devils, the junior.
Looks like the umpire's still having a conversation here out on the field. And Frankfort, I believe, scored on that as well, Mike. As that happened, that ball found its way into the net. So that's 1-0 Frankfort now.
And again, whoever gets off to a good start here from the standpoint of this match is going to determine the outcome. Good sign for Chris Butler's club to get on the board early on in this match. 1-0 Frankfort over West Lafayette.
We'll get our graphics corrected for you. There you go. So Frankfort out to an early lead, and I thought from our vantage point it looked like it found its way in the net, which is why when you said there was a card back here in the middle of the field, I was lost because I was trying to find my way. It was a heck of a kick to put it in the back of the net. Good battle at midfield. You know, West Lafayette, they don't like to play from behind, Mike, so they're going to probably get a little aggressive here and see if they can't tie things up quickly. Push ahead, though, and this is a Frankfort team I don't think it's going to back down at all. After a great start this season, 8-4 are the Hot Dogs. You talked about Coach Butler and providing some stability here from the head coaching position. And I know, you know, when you ask him and when he tells you himself that Coach Butler is looking for his first win against the Red Devils, it's something that he wants to get.
He does. His team played extremely well Saturday. Sean, they knocked off Covington 4-2 in a tournament in the Lafayette area, and then came back in the afternoon, and they didn't play as well as as coach would like them to play, as they lost to Faith Christian 4-1. But they've had a lot of injuries, and they were trying to piecemeal the lineup in that 4-1 loss after having 2 or 3 starters go down with injuries. He feels like today his team is in better shape than they were over the weekend.
A moment ago, there was a corner kick for West Lafayette, and Shahir Faruqi was unable to put a good foot to that one. Maybe put too good of a foot on it because he hit it about 30 yards over the net. Frankfort now on the attack. That's number 7, Yobi Trinado. And a nice takeaway there. Number 17, Noah Stenberg. Battle right in front of us. This will be a throw-in on the sideline here for West Lafayette. It'll be Karim Keskin for West Lafayette. He'll give the throw-in and opportunity here for West Lafayette. Ball gets away, though, and goalkeeper able to come up and get that one to Xavi Hernandez.
Karim Keskin is a senior backfield captain. The Red Devils have 4 captains. They have Keskin, they've got Shahir Faruqi, as you mentioned, Carson Cook, and Van de Mensbrugge, also the captain, the senior midfielder, number 11 for the Red Devils.
Tong that time with a brief takeaway in West Lafayette. We'll give it back to the Dogs here. So free kick opportunity will be number 22, Chris Matias. He'll launch this one down the field for the Hot Dogs. Little one-on-one battle. It's been kind of fun to watch down here on this side between number 7, Yobi Trinado, and I believe it's number 11, Miguel Mensbrugge. Played back towards the middle.
And Trinado's a sophomore, and this Frankfort club, Sean, is relatively young. So being able to compete here today against West Lafayette is a very key thing for Chris Butler as they run down the latter portion of their schedule. They have 4 more matches before they enter sectional play.
Damian Lopez with the takeaway. Fancy footwork here. I've always been so impressed with soccer players and their ability to dribble and handle a football with their feet. Maybe I'm just not coordinated enough to pull that off, you know?
I tell you what, it's all habit. As West Lafayette has a runaway here, and they're going to call this back. I believe they were offside. But it's all habit. It's all work ethic. And as we know, a lot of these players play on club teams and get themselves prepared to play in the high school level here.
So 2 balls on the field to get 1 off.
For you and I who don't play soccer every day, it's not natural. For these kids, it's absolutely natural. There's no doubt about it. And the more work they do, the better they become, just like any other sport. And I like the fact that Coach Butler has provided stability here. That was never the case with Frankfort soccer. And since Chris has come here and kind of established it, and he's a Frankfort hot dog, much like Aaron Cook is a West Lafayette Red Devil, that means a lot for both these coaches to represent their schools.
What a great opportunity for both of them as well. I mean, you get to go through the program and then come back and give back to the program, and that's awesome when you see that happen, really, in any sport.
Huge.
So some conversation here. It's a brief pause in the action, and it's going to be a free kick for Frankfort, so they'll put it into play.
One thing about Frankfort is they would love to be able to run off as much clock as they can because this West Lafayette team, once they get rolling, is pretty dynamic.
You know, it should be worth mentioning tonight, too, that Frankfort's without their leading goal scorer on the season in Alex Beltran. He's injured and unable to go tonight. Frankfort caught a little bit of the injury bug this part of the season. And so how huge is it already for Coach Butler's squad to be out to a 1-0 lead?
It's very important, particularly for their confidence right now. They're still building and still learning, and it's going to be a real plus if they can hang in here and compete, let alone have a chance to win a game here, a match against the West Lafayette Red Devils, a team that is really on the rise and has played extremely well, including 2 victories over rivals Lafayette, Jeff, and Harrison. When you can beat Harrison, a team that traditionally is really good, you know you're a good club. 2-0 against both these rivals.
We've covered the Harrison Raiders in the state finals as part of our coverage and our partnership with the IHSAA. So that's a huge win for West Lafayette to be able to get a victory there.
And for West Lafayette tonight, they decided to go with the keeper. Hasn't had as much experience, Van Warder. Normally it's DeLion in goal for the Red Devils, but tonight Aaron Cook decides to go with the youngster.
Here's an opportunity for West Lafayette as they push the other way. Just a little bit of a mishandle allows Frankfort to catch up, and then a wide kick.
And you can see Cook's strength there as he got away down the left side. Just couldn't handle it properly, and as you mentioned, sent it wide. But he's got strength, he's got speed, and he's really improved himself in terms of his ability to finish for the Devils.
And for Cook, leading the team in scoring and just a junior. So he still has another year of eligibility to come back. So, again, bright future really for both of these squads. Even when you look at the Hot Dogs and the freshman Kevin Ramos got the start tonight. He wears number 4 out there for the blue. Rokundu Tong. Frankfort will clear it. Played back towards the middle of the field now for the Red Devils. Exchanges between Stenberg and now over to Keskin. This is Karim Keskin. Emre Keskin's out there as well. He wears number 4 for West Lafayette. Both seniors. Taken away by Damian Lopez of Frankfort. And now Keskin for West Lafayette back with it. The push ahead.
And again, West Lafayette right now, even though they trail in this match, is starting to control the midfield.
They have, and they've had quite a few run-out opportunities. You got to think they're not going to continue to miss on these or have miscues. Good footwork, Frankfort. Good towards, and then a diving save there by the goalkeeper, Von Werder. Played back out, and now Tong handles for West Lafayette.
Luke Blogdus, the defender, number 14, did a nice job of riding the Frankfort Hot Dog away from the play. Frankfort was not allowed to finish that and didn't get a shot on goal, as Van Werder did a nice job picking up that ball. And now it looks like the Red Devils have a corner kick upcoming.
Corner kick opportunity here for West Lafayette.
As they decide to push everybody up towards the box.
Great opportunity here for West Lafayette if they can find pay dirt. So look to put this one in play from the corner. Here it comes. Tong gets a foot on it in the middle and then saved out. West Lafayette not done though. Great play from Hot Dogs defensively. They're still not out of the woods just yet. But you got to love it there.
Damian Lopez did a nice job, number 2, the sophomore for Frankfort, making sure that Cook could not convert there. He had 2 chances at that one, and Avi Hernandez did a nice job at goal as there's a battle up top there between 7, Yobi Trinado, and West Lafayette wins that setup there.
So free kick now for the Red Devils. It's number 11, Mins Bruga. They'll put it back into the middle, a little header to try to clear for Frankfort. Time of possession, though, definitely in West Lafayette's favor, and it's been down here on their field, on this side of the field. As Frankfort looks to clear here. This portion of our broadcast brought to us by Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden. They're ready to help you make your tall grass short. Save up to 20% with Husqvarna fleet discounts on commercial cutting packages, starting as low as $4,899. Give them a call today at 296-2988 to see if you qualify for a special financing offer.
Nice service there by Brian Gomez, number 11, the senior from Frankfort. And the Hot Dogs got a shot on goal there.
You know, for Phoenix, we mentioned their mowers. It's about time to start thinking about the snow blowers. I don't want to, Mike, but it's coming. It's going to be here before we know it.
In fact, I think tonight it's supposed to drop into the high 50s.
I'm okay with that. It could cool off a little.
It's okay.
I don't want winter yet, but got a hand on it that time, does Hernandez. So it'll be a corner kick on the far side now for West Lafayette.
And Cook, again, charging towards the goal, making things happen, getting the deflection, getting the corner now, and setting up for an opportunity for West Lafayette.
You know, the bad thing about the earlier goal from Frankfort is I still don't know who scored it. That's what we got to find out, right? Who made the goal? So this opportunity goes awry. Frankfort now will hand off to Hernandez here for the kick.
Coach,
no, they won't. Actually, 22 will put it back in play. Chris Matias.
Uh-oh. There's an error on Frankfurt's behalf. Now West Lafayette putting pressure.
Good job just being in front of that one that time. It's number 25 for Frankfort who's checked in. That's Miguel Cardenas.
And for West Lafayette, Carson Cook kicked the ball a little bit too quickly there. He needed to slow things down and wait for his colleagues to come up and help him out. But nevertheless, they get a side out here. I'm sorry about that. A corner kick. Ball was knocked out of bounds on the end line there by Frankfort.
Minzbrugge trying to find an offensive teammate to help put it in the back of the net. So far, those kicks have been just a little bit long coming from the corner. If you're a Frankfort fan, you're okay with that. If you're a Frankfort defender, you're okay with that right now as well. They'll push ahead. Opportunity here. Nice job by Von Werder to come up and kick that and clear it for the Red Devils. That was a good look-ahead pass, just a little long that time, as Chris Hernandez had trouble tracking it down. Tackle in the middle of the field. We'll see what we got here. Incidental contact.
Yeah, Michael Chen undercut number 11. Brian Gomez there for Frankfort. Well,
I think the Frankfort fans are upset with this call here because it was clearly the West Lafayette defender that dove in and took his legs out. But West Lafayette will put it into play, and away we go. Hernandez will come up, field for the Dogs.
Good job by Hernandez coming off the mark and aggressively picking up the ball.
You have to bear with me a little bit, Mike. The wind in the window took out my notes tonight, so they're just kind of a scattered mess. It's okay. We worked through it. This one out of bounds. Did you see Mash Road in the background here in Frankfort? Hey, if you're one of the people that live right across the street, you can take it in free, right? Just put a chair in your garage. That's what that gentleman's done. He's going to watch a Frankfort soccer match tonight.
Why not?
This complex was built out here kind of in front of the middle school at Frankfort. If you've never been here, it's pretty neat. They've got some softball fields behind us.
Good piece there by West Lafayette. Cook and 15 is, I believe that's Gamassing. This one's knocked out, but Hernandez did a nice job coming out of goal.
So Matias for Frankfort had to put a better leg into this than he did last time. He gave it back to West Lafayette with numbers. Now Frankfort was able to recover defensively. This kick back towards midfield. Nice job by Faruqi. Oh, nice handling that time. And Cook
hit the post.
Hits the top bar. Crossbar not friendly that time, but he's getting ever closer, Mike. You feel like it's only a matter of time before Cook finds the back of the net.
And that time he did a great job of slowing things down, getting under control, and then firing a beautiful shot across the top of the bar.
West Lafayette will play it all the way back to their goalie. And now set it back up again. Mike, for those at home that are watching, and maybe this is their first time taking in a soccer match, what I've been told in the past is your offense is much like trying to score against a zone in basketball. So you want to go side to side, work the middle, find angles. Would that be a correct analogy in your eyes, going against a zone defense in basketball, maybe? No? Is that a reach?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, from that perspective. And, the ability for Frankfort to play at this level. I mean, West Lafayette is skill-wise, I think, has a little bit more speed. So they've got to really work the field a little bit more diligently. And this is an offside here. They're going to call this one back.
Yep. It's another quick miss opportunity.
So intensity, right off the bat, it's very important to keep up with the speed of this game. For Frankfort, they're really concerned about their own game, staying focused, doing fundamentals correctly, accurate passing, and good traps defensively if they can do that. And then if they can, keep shots on goal. Don't take silly shots that give them missed opportunities.
So a throw in here on the sideline for Frankfort.
For Frankfort, you have to hope that to some extent that West Lafayette, coming off these two big victories against rival schools in Harrison and Jeff, that they come in here maybe not motivated to come out and play as hard as they normally would against these rivals, and then taking advantage of that intensity early on. But right now, it looks like West Lafayette's on the run again.
So Cook, good defense by the Dogs. Number 21, Felipe Tovar, just checked in for Frankfort. They'll kick ahead here to Tong. Tong on the sideline versus Damian Lopez. That's been kind of a fun matchup to watch on the far side of the field as well tonight. Tell you the player that seems to be everywhere with you talked about speed in West Lafayette is Faruqi. We've seen him move up and down the field very quickly. There he is in the middle of your screen, number 6.
And he's also a key player for Aaron Cook's club as he plays midfield. Aaron Cook, much like Chris Butler, another young, outstanding coach, an attorney by day, in his 5th year at the helm of the Red Devil program.
So throw in here for West Lafayette. Give us some time to give some love to our sponsors once again here on our broadcast. This portion is brought to us by Gangware Insurance. With markets for everything and everyone, and your time of need will be there. Give us a call at 765-379-3650 or visit gangwareinsurance.com for more information and a location near you.
The challenge for Frankfort is the fact they've got to slow down the pace of this game here. They're playing a little bit too fast, and that's a result of such great athleticism by West Lafayette in the midfield.
Yeah, Frankfort's passing just a little bit long, but overplayed there by West Lafayette. So really the time of possession in the field feels like it's being dominated by West Lafayette right now. However, Frankfort leads 1-0. Pushed ahead, incidental contact with feet.
Chris Mateus, 22, and Cook got locked up there running down the field. There will be a foul on Mateus.
Now the question is, was he in the box or not?
He was not.
It looks like he's just outside, but it's going to be a free kick opportunity here. And it's Cook. So Frankfort will try to set up their defense. And for Cook, do you take the shot here? Do you maybe look and pass off to a teammate?
I think he takes the shot here and puts pressure on Hernandez. There it is.
Little bend. Hernandez gets there and then cleared from Frankfort. Nice job defensively by the Hot Dogs. Now not out of the woods because you're still on this end of the field. West Lafayette still threatening, but I thought that was a great play.
It was Damian Lopez again, number 2, coming across from the defensive slot in the far post to get the rebound and knock it out of bounds. A nice kick, though, by Cook. You can see his leg strength is exceptional.
This one played out of bounds. So corner kick opportunity coming for West Lafayette. I've been kind of impressed so far with Avi Hernandez, though. Moving from a striker to a goalkeeper position, and he's had some shots taken at him tonight. And he's delivered. So far, he's not let anything tickle the twine behind him.
Not at all. And also, too, as Chris Butler noted, he's a little bit taller than the normal keeper. He's about 6 foot back there, so he can see the field a little bit better.
Whistle, so they may replay this here. They will. Again, on that corner kick from the far side, West Lafayette has struggled. They've overplayed that. Haven't been able to get it to one of their strikers in the middle of the field. Another whistle here. Unfortunately, not sure what the call is. It's going to be a free kick for West Lafayette, though. Puts it in. The header back to the middle. Misplayed. Frankfort attempts to clear. Number 5 for West Lafayette is checked into the game.
It's Harry March at forward, a defenseman, freshman. So a lot of youngsters getting a chance to play for both clubs here. In fact, Ford is the only freshman on this West Lafayette varsity roster.
Looking at the conference for the Hoosier soccer standings, West Lafayette finds himself at 2-2 in conference play. We talked about him being 7-3-2 overall. Western is the team to catch in the Hoosier Conference there with 3 wins in conference already and 13-0 on the season. Another nice save by Hernandez.
And he got some help defensively from Miguel Cardenas, number 25, the senior defenseman. They're getting some solid play in the backside, but not in midfield. Right now, West Lafayette controlling the action in the middle of the field. And that is a key for Frankfort to be able to compete in this match. They've got to be able to win some of these 50-50 battles out there.
I was going to ask you, how concerned is Coach Butler right now with the play being consistently on this end of the field?
Well, he's got to be happy to some degree that he's on top.
Got a lead, right?
Yeah, I really feel like they've got to feel really good about this fact, and maybe they're playing a lot like they did against Covington. They've been on a little bit of a roller coaster because of the fact they've had a lot of injuries. But
sure.
But again, they're back to full strength, so they are really out here fighting. But they're putting a lot of pressure because West Lafayette's athleticism makes them really cover a lot of territory out here today.
Just makes you wonder, though, pressing this much defensively, are they operating with that lead on borrowed time right now with it being played so much down here? I mean, you're asking your defense consistently to keep West Lafayette out of the net.
Well, for Frankfort, they would take that borrowed time. Being up 1-0, and their keeper is playing extremely well so far for his first varsity match between the pipes.
West Lafayette just reaches in, takes it away, and Frankfort takes it right back. We'll give the ball back to West Lafayette. This portion of our broadcast brought to us by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. Call to schedule your next appointment at 765-654-7222. Se habla español. Mike, we talked about it last week on the broadcast with Ardente. They got the fun billboards. You drive around town. There's even one up that says dental things instead of stranger things. It's got the parody. I don't think if you work there, you're allowed to be embarrassed because you're going to find yourself on a billboard or in a commercial or something. I wonder if she makes them sign like a contract or something. You're going to appear.
I like that because a lot of
fun.
Yeah, it is, because a lot of people are really scared coming into a dental office and they don't know what to expect. But you know that when you go into Ardente, you're going to have a good time.
That time attempted to just try to get one over the top and put it in.
Those are some of the unforced errors that Coach Butler does not want to see. A shot that clearly was not on goal and gives West Lafayette an opportunity to get control of the ball once again.
Nice job by Frankfort, though, to take it away. Trying to push it up the field. Noel Mora, number 5 for Frankfort, was handling there momentarily. Now it's number 11, Brian Chavez. We saw this battle a few minutes ago, and West Lafayette was able to force the turnover and get the ball back. I think if you're Frankfort, though, like try to keep it on this end of the field if at all possible. Chris Matias gets it back to Chavez. Number 12, Christian Mejia. There's a shot on goal, and a nice diving save by Von Werder. That'll draw some a rise from all the fans here. I think Frankfort fans were happy to see a shot on goal, right? That was one you should take, and then Von Werder drew some applause from the West Lafayette fans for the effort.
Salvador Pena, number 20, with that shot on goal, the senior. He showed some leg strength and an opportunity here for a corner for the Dogs.
This one out of bounds, though played out by Frankfort. So
clearly Frankfort is playing a defensive game, and it's kind of interesting when they get the ball and start attacking offensively. They still have 4 defensemen sitting around that midfield stripe and playing very conservative defensively. They do not want to get in a position where West Lafayette has complete control of this match.
For this hot dog group, they started out their season against Logansport. They lost that one 7-0, but they turned around and kind of put a whooping on Western Boone, 8-0. Got Caston 4-0, and then the third straight shutout in a row against Crawfordsville in a 1-0 match. So very quickly the Dogs went from 0-1 to 3-1 on the season and did it in dramatic fashion. Now talking to Coach Butler, he said we're 8-4 right now, but after the next 4 games we could very well be 8-8 because of the strength of schedule for the opponents they've got coming up. With West Lafayette tonight, 2 nights from now they go to Danville. 2 nights after that it's at Tri-West, both of those conference games, and then against Twin Lakes, which Twin Lakes is 500 on the season right now, part of that Hoosier conference that West Lafayette plays in.
Andrew Downey for West Lafayette, number 12, just had a very nice opportunity but could not finish. Did not have the confidence to try to fire that ball past Hernandez and then send it back out. And Frankfort makes him pay. And the Hot Dogs are still in this match, up 1-0 in the first half. And
they played well, Mike. They
really have. And from the standpoint of early on in the season, there were a lot of road matches. So sometimes it's more difficult to play on the road, much like West Lafayette right now is having some troubles trying to piece this thing together. Their passing has not been as crisp as they would like in this match so far.
With the tournament looming just right around the corner, you look at these 2 sectionals for these squads. For Frankfort, they'll play at Danville, and it features a couple of Sagamore Conference rivals in there with Danville, Crawfordsville, North Montgomery, Southmont, Tri-West. But Greencastle also a part of that sectional that Frankfort will compete in. This is a sectional, though, that Frankfort has won 2 years in a row, back in 2017 and 18.
And I think the way Frankfort is playing right now, they have a chance. Now, Danville comes into this one 10-0-1 today, but I think Danville is a team that can be beaten by the Frankfort Hot Dogs as long as they continue to play and stay healthy. That's the key, being healthy.
How big is a confidence boost? Let's say Frankfort holds on here tonight. And I know it's early, but how big is that of a boost getting ready to go play against Danville and Tri-West, as I just named, which are a couple of teams you could potentially see in the sectional?
It only helps from the standpoint of practice, I think, because it keeps the players really excited and focused. But you still have to play each match, and each match is separate, and each competition's different. And I've never been one to look at the scoreboard and say, well, they beat this team 28-7,
right,
or 3-0, or 6-0 in soccer. Every match takes on a character of its own, just like this one. Who would have thought that Frankfort would be on top of West Lafayette this late in the first period, 1-0, after Frankfort took a 6-1 beating earlier in this year by Harrison, and Harrison turned around and lost 2-0 to the same team.
Right? So that's why you play the game, because you never know what can happen.
But it really helps. It helps from a program standpoint in terms of practice and preparation and having kids come back and be excited to give a lot more. And you have to give a lot more to be a champion, especially in this sport. You can't take a day off. You have to work at it literally 24 hours a day if you have to.
Lopez handled the last throw-in from Frankfort. This one will be from number 5, and I've lost my roster again. It's right in front of me. There it is. Noel Mora. Throw it in.
But, sectional 25 at Danville. Certainly there's an advantage for Danville playing at home. But there are some other good teams. Greencastle 8-2-1, Tri-West at 6-4. North Montgomery and Southmont are having down years this year. Greencastle, even though they're 8-2-1, I think they've had a very soft schedule. But I think Frankfort has a chance. I also think West Lafayette has a chance, not only to win sectional, but maybe even win, a regional semi-state and win a state championship. They have the tools to be able to do that.
You mentioned West Lafayette. Let's talk about their sectional a little bit here. They face, again, a lot of conference rivals in theirs with Benton Central, Rensselaer Central, Twin Lakes, West Lafayette, and then you got Boone Grove and Hanover Central that are in that West Lafayette sectional. Frankfort on a run-out opportunity here for the Dogs. Great hustle to get back by Karim Keskin, though. And he'll kick it out, and he'll just allow for a throw-in here from the Dogs.
Yeah, Keskin does a great job of coming out. One of twin senior brothers, he and his brother Emery Keskin, half of the starting back line. And, boy, that back line has to be important in any match to be able to defend the goal and have a chance to win.
How quickly this can switch ends, though. Frankfort had a run out on one end, and we're already back down here on West Lafayette's side of the pitch. You're right, though, when you talked about the speed earlier of West Lafayette, and we saw it with Keskin right there, because I really thought that Salvador Pena Garcia had a run out, and all of a sudden Keskin catches him.
Well, in Class 2A in Sectional 18, West Lafayette, when you think about that sectional, you've got really two teams that have winning records in Boone Grove at 8-3-1 and Rensselaer at 9-2-2, but Rensselaer has already lost to West Lafayette 6-3 this season. And for West Lafayette, even though they're 2-2 in conference, those two losses to Northwestern Western were at the very top of their schedule, and they have become better and better and better as the season's worn on. And remember, in today's match, they're running a keeper who's not played yet thus far, and he let in the first goal of the match early on.
I don't know that he was expecting them to take a shot from midfield like they did. I mean, really, I'll be honest with you. We weren't prepared for the goal to go in, so much so we didn't even realize it had happened.
We focused on a penalty. We focused on a penalty rather than the goal. It's quite incredible early on in this match to see that happen, but a real plus for Frankfort at 1-0.
The clock there as we approach the 4-minute mark. This portion of our broadcast brought to us by IU Health. Indiana University Health, Arnett Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine providers deliver high-quality comprehensive care for soft tissues, bones, and joints. Visit them online at iuhealth.org/Arnett or call 448-8000 to schedule an appointment.
I think talking to Chris Butler before this match, he said that he's not really concerned about playing a team like West Lafayette. He's more concerned about what his team does, about how his team focuses, how his team passes, how his team plays together. That's important. I think if Frankfort should win this match, if they're fortunate to do this, I think they take that same approach in that let's focus on the next opponent. Let's take care of what we do best.
West Lafayette will just play it back to their own keeper. Von Werder will look to clear here for the Red Devils. Puts a good boot into this one. And then just played out by the Dogs. Got 3:35 on the clock here in the first half. What has been an entertaining soccer match here on the ISC Sports Network tonight. Again, in cooperation with Hot Dog TV, radio TV production class. I want to thank the students for coming out and participating. Opportunity to get some real-life experience here, get their hands on the equipment. The broadcast that's going out not only on our apps but our TV services as well. This one played back towards the middle, and then, wow, Frankfort dodged a bullet right there. That one almost bounced off Felipe Tovar into the net. Mensbruga with the pass over to Keskin. And then a nice defense there again from Chris Hernandez of the Dogs. Frankfort High School, we talked about the 2017-2018 sectionals. They got a run out here and an opportunity. Their first one came back in the year 2000.
Well, I wish Mejia would have carried the ball a little bit deeper there. He would have had a better opportunity. Gave it up a little bit too soon. But Frankfort still has a chance, but they're offside.
Frankfort offsides will give West Lafayette possession back, and then quickly regained by Frankfort. Make sure you download the ISC Sports Network app. It's free. Live events are free. You can subscribe if you choose to and go back and watch all the archives and libraries from things as far back as, 2012 maybe? I don't know. We've been at this a long time now, it feels like, Mike. There's a lot of original shows and content on the ISC Sports Network app that you can't find anywhere else. And for you West Lafayette fans, a fun one is the travel and land. He just sat down with the last 4 head basketball coaches in West Lafayette history since 1953. And had a great interview. We just set up cameras and mics in a living room and just talked West Lafayette basketball and life and experiences, and it's a great episode, so make sure you check that one out. Excited this next month. People in Clinton County know the name Connie Garrett really well. Connie is a Hall of Fame volleyball coach and basketball coach at Clinton Prairie High School. They have called what she has done back in 1984-85 when they won a state championship. They've called it the Milan of volleyball because she was going up against the Muncie Burrises and the big schools, and she was winning, which is what's crazy. And so we're excited to be able to tell her story, not only from the volleyball perspective, but what she did in basketball as well. It's pretty amazing just getting to meet Connie and talk to her over the years and how she stayed involved. This one's played out of bounds here as the first half runs down.
Well, the Red Devils really putting lots and lots of pressure on the Hot Dogs and nearly an opportunity to score.
Can they get one in here before the half is the question. They got a corner kick opportunity right here. For Frankfort, it's just kind of keeping an eye on your man, covering everything up.
Whoa,
bicycle kick from Tong.
Whoa.
Off the top crossbar and just misses again. And for Frankfort, you've got to be excited. You snuck a goal in early on, and you have hung on to that 1-0 lead. And there is the whistle that's going to take us to the first half break. Frankfort on top of West Lafayette, 1-0. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with our halftime show right after these messages.
It can be awkward talking to your doctor or healthcare provider about things like body odor, depression, drugs, relationships, or sex, but they need to know. If you lie or decide not to tell them something, you may not get the care you need.
If you are embarrassed to talk to a parent about health concerns, remember as a teen, you have the right to talk to a healthcare provider alone and get access to some health services without friends, parents, or anyone else finding out.
Take responsibility for your health care. For more information, call Healthy Communities at 765-659-6063.
My name is Gary Gangwer, and I own the Gangwer Insurance Agency as well as Farm here in Clinton County. After an accident in Cleveland, Ohio, I had an opportunity to look at insurance. Didn't have anything to do until harvest, so I thought, why not? And it felt natural for me to call on farmers and specialize in farm insurance because that's what I use as a farmer is insurance.
This is really tough for me because I'm trying to remain professional on the show.
And then you got 50 feet of crap and the New York Knicks.
You're 60, so I'm not going to put my hands on you, but I'm going to slap this guy instead. Are we going to have our first real good argument on this show?
That's what everyone wants to hear.
And that is the point.
The fate of your mouth is on your shoulders.
Showtime, cavity bug.
Dr. Snyder and the Ardente Dental Guardians help you fight to keep your mouth healthy. Call Dr. Snyder and the Ardente Dental Guardians at 654-7222. We protect smiles of all ages.
Ardente Dental is a happy place.
Mom, we're late, and I left my soccer bag at Cindy's, and I need to get my dress today.
It's okay, honey. I'll take care of it.
Oh, Mom, I'll take care of it.
We'll take care of it. With more ways to access Indiana's most highly skilled primary care doctors.
Stop!
Indiana University Health makes it easy to take care of your family.
What? I told you I'd take care of it.
Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels. Patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Farmers Bank. I'm here to introduce the Farmers Bank mobile banking app for your smartphone. Find us at the App Store or the Play Store. To find our app, search for the Farmers Bank Mobile Banking Fiserv Solutions. Have your finances at your fingertips anytime, all the time. Sign up today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Mom and Dad, as a teen, I have a right to privacy when it comes to my health care. As a parent or guardian of a teen, there are a few things you can do to help.
Respect our privacy. Let us have one-on-one time with our doctor. Allow us to make our own appointments, fill out our own paperwork, and encourage us to speak up for our own healthcare needs.
For more tips and information, call Healthy Communities at 765-659-6063.
Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden is your local Husqvarna dealer. With us, you'll find a knowledgeable staff that's able to provide quick turnaround service so your business doesn't have to stop. From zero-turn mowers to trimmers and chainsaws, Husqvarna has you covered. And with the fleet program, the more you buy, the more you get in return. With that kind of stability, you can rely on us for the long haul. Get your Husqvarna equipment today at Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden, located at 6292 West County Road 0 in Frankfort.
Hello, love. Welcome back to another edition of Sock Takes TV. I am by far the most humble person here. Okay, I'm a lot better than he is. If you're getting accused of celebrating too much, maybe you have some good team chemistry. This is just a recurring theme in our lives.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable! Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
It's halftime here at Frankfort High School. The Hot Dogs lead the West Lafayette Red Devils 1-0. Sean Walker, Mike Walensky on the call for you this evening. Our halftime show is brought to us by FiberHawk. Now available, FiberHawk fiber internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable, FiberHawk. Mike, we've seen both teams on the screen here as I was doing that read. Both coaches definitely in tune with their team right now. What are they saying on the sidelines?
Well, first of all, as far as Frankfort is concerned, Coach Butler, he talked about his team trapping and what they've done to Carson Cook, the leading scorer in the state with 29 goals. There have been at least 2 or 3 hot dogs around him virtually the entire first half. What's interesting about this offensive set for West Lafayette, besides Cook, Faruqi has 2 goals this year, Pacheco has 3 goals, and Tong has 3. Everybody else who's scored, other than one other player, has one goal. So it's been Cook most of the season, and Frankfort has done a really good job with Cook. So somehow, some way, West Lafayette has to find a way to be more diversified in their offensive attack this afternoon.
Yeah, Cook's had some opportunities, but Frankfort's done a nice job of limiting him and running guys at him and making him get rid of it. And give it up to other people. But our goal early on, we had it confirmed to us, was number 8, Leo Mejia for Frankfort. He hit it from just outside the box and kind of surprised us all because I was watching the ball. but I heard the whistle, and you were watching the penalty, and neither one of us knew if there was a goal or what was being called. But a yellow card early on against West Lafayette. The goal scored. Frankfort has that 1-0 lead right now. And West Lafayette's had some chances. They've had their moments. And if you're a Frankfort fan, your heart's been pacing a little bit, right? Because you're like, man, are we on borrowed time with this lead? West Lafayette keeps attacking. Frankfort keeps stalemating them. A great job by Avi Hernandez there in goal for Frankfort.
And really, that's the key. Other than the fact that they've done a good job on the back end, is Hernandez. Hernandez has come up big, made a few mistakes out there, but he has played really well. Now, Von Werder comes in today's match with 350 minutes played. He's played half the amount of minutes of DeLion at goal. He's a junior. This is his 9th game played this season. And West Lafayette coming into this one averages just 1.895 goals against, and most of those goals were initiated early on in the season. Their defense and their keeping has been really good. So kudos to Frankfort coming up on top in this first half. They have to continue. They have to show the same kind of intensity that they did to open up the match. If not, West Lafayette's going to find a way to turn this one around.
Completely agree. I mean, we've seen that Hernandez come up big in goal with some stops, but we also saw the crossbar stop Cook, and then it also got Tong on what was an awesome bicycle kick, right, to kind of assist the goalkeeper, and that's what they're there for. They're there to help you keep them out of the net, right?
They are. Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck to be able to win, and tonight in the first half, Frankfort won the first half, but you've got to put two halves together here. And for West Lafayette, whether or not Von Werder stays in goal or not, they've got to be more diversified in their offensive attack and be able to finish. They have not finished as well, with the exception of, you mentioned, two balls, 2 chances hit the post. But Frankfort has done a really good job of things for the most part, although West Lafayette did a very good job controlling the ball in the midfield. But once they got back in the back 5, they added another defender back there. It was tough treading for the most part.
We'll take a quick break. That's going to do it for our Fiberhawk halftime show. When we come back, second half action from Frankfort High School here on the ISC Sports Network.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. Fiberhawk partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact Fiberhawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
We welcome you back at the start of the second half here, the ISC Sports Network. Frankfort Hot Dogs, West Lafayette Red Devils. Frankfort leading 1-0. They got that goal literally within like the first minute of play in the first half. West Lafayette on the attack. They'll have a corner kick opportunity here. In tonight's production, a joint effort between our ISC staff, Mike and I, and the Frankfort Hot Dog TV radio and TV class, Hot Dog TV Network. So thank you to the students for coming out tonight, running cameras, directing, running graphics, doing a little bit of everything behind the scenes for us.
It's a great experience. There's no question about it. There's a lot of schools across the state that'd be envious of this. For Frankfort in their Hall of Fame second class, Cindy Ward Wine Martinez, the late Cindy Ward Wine Martinez, a great media personality in her own right, a Frankfort graduate.
Yep.
As a Frankfort student, you can become anything you want to become if you just take the opportunity to put the time into it. And certainly these youngsters are doing it tonight.
How about the lead guitar player from Matchbox 20 and now a solo career for Kyle Cook, a gentleman that graduated from Frankfort High School just a few years before I did. You know, it just dawned on me. You're a West Lafayette grad. I'm a Frankfort grad. This is perfect. It's like I meant to do it tonight when I booked this, right?
Okay. I'll tell you. I'll add this from a West Lafayette standpoint. How about Neil Eggleston the vice president of FIFA, the national governing body for soccer. He is a West Lafayette graduate, played basketball for the great Bill Berberian, and I love Coach Berberian. And I said this before, Bill Berberian should be in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame.
Well, you can see a great interview with Coach Berberian on the ISC Sports Network. Shameless plug, right?
That's right.
Part of the Travel and Land show.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully not an injury there.
Boy, that was Kevin Ramos there, number 4. He gets up gingerly. He looks like he's okay, though. That's a good thing for Frankfort.
Number 14, Luke Balagtas is down for West Lafayette as well, kind of grabbing at the shin, high ankle area. Trying to make sure that he's okay. West Lafayette puts the ball back in play. Again, trailing 1-0 here against the Hot Dogs. This is one of those victories that we've talked about. Coach Chris Butler hasn't won against West Lafayette.
Great job by Pacheco serving on the right side. West Lafayette couldn't finish. Red Devils had a good opportunity. They're starting to put a little bit of pressure here early on in the second half on the Hot Dogs.
Dogs with the takeaway. They'll kick it back to their end of the field. Good battle down here, taken away, though, by 17.
Noah Stenberg make that number 17, as you mentioned, did a really good job of handling the ball along the sideline there. Didn't panic, got control of it, and now West Lafayette controlling in the midfield.
Keskin to Keskin. Well, they push back up. They're going to find Cook here. Cook trying to run out. Got an opportunity, got an angle. They'll play back towards the middle to Tong, and Tong hits the goalpost.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, I tell you, Hernandez never saw him either. He never saw him on the backside. Very fortunate for Frankfort now, as 3 goals have been basically taken away by either the uprights or the top goalpost, the crossbar.
Well, that was a beautiful service by Cook, and a near finish by Tong there. And it, again, for the 3rd time, as you mentioned, it hits the post. Sometimes it's a matter of luck.
For Tong, now do you feel more hungry because you got such an open opportunity, or do you feel as Hernandez tries to come up with a save, and they do again momentarily? Frankfort able to keep West Lafayette out of the net.
And Cook had a point-blank opportunity there for Frankfort, although there is a big penalty upcoming.
This should be a penalty kick here because it's in the box, Mike.
Yep.
So Hernandez now. We're going to see if Old Lady Luck's on the side of the Hot Dogs tonight, right?
Yeah, that's right.
This is going to be that opportunity right here. You want to be aggressive in the box, but you got to be careful on those takedowns because you end up with a penalty kick opportunity now for West Lafayette. And it's their leading goal scorer on the season, Carson Cook. 104 shots coming into this one, 29 goals. For Hernandez, you got to do what? Get up on your tiptoes here, Mike? Be ready for anything. You guess left or right?
I'm going to guess right.
Goes left, and he's able to sneak it past Hernandez, and we are tied 1-1. A great goal there by Cook. His 30th of the season.
I meant left of the goalie. Right.
Yeah,
left, right. There you go. Left, right.
Nice. I know what you meant.
Finally for West Lafayette, a nice finish for Cook. And they did make a switch at goalie. They did bring in Luke DeLion.
So DeLion comes out here in the second half. Frankfort now. What has been really a very well defensive played game so far for the Hot Dogs. They're going to have to find a way to go back on the attack. West Lafayette with a throw in. They're going to back them up. Balagtas will get it in.
Good throw in by Luke Balagtas for West Lafayette, the Red Devils, number 14. Coach Cook mentioned his father is watching this broadcast from the West Wing in Washington, D.C.
How about that? We're in the White House right now?
Yeah, I like that. Hope he's enjoying the opportunity that the Red Devils just tied this one up at 1-1. Frankfort is doing a great job marking here this afternoon, doing a nice job, really extending themselves defensively.
Kick played back towards midfield. Misplayed by West Lafayette, now misplayed by Frankfort. little back and forth action right at midfield in front of us. West Lafayette now with an opportunity to attack. Now taken away by Frankfort. This portion of our broadcast is brought to us by Healthy Communities. Finding and applying for health insurance is hard, especially now. We get that. Our mission is to help not only children and families, but everyone. We can help you obtain the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Our help is free, unbiased, and local. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org.
Good bounce by Tong, number 20. Then Stenberg comes across and kicks it out of bounds. A slow play. Allows his teammates to come back and help him out on the defensive end for the Red Devils.
Good shot at the throw in there with Rudy Garcia Cruz. This Frankfort program, definitely one that's been on the rise the last couple of years. Coach Butler, you talked about him providing some stability, and it's a great time to have it too because you've got a lot of young talent coming through for Frankfort. And what a great thing that Coach Butler said as well is when he mentioned this is a great measuring stick for us, which tells you that he really has respect for West Lafayette's program,
yes,
right?
He does. Yes,
and so when you know, like, one, and he referred to himself in the third person, Coach Butler has never beat West Lafayette, right? And then two, this is a measuring stick. What a compliment that is to Coach Cook and his staff and his team. This being a win that you really want to get. West Lafayette's not going to obviously lay down and give it to him easy tonight, though. It's 1-1 the score here.
Emery Keska, number 4, did a good job on defense for West Lafayette, getting his head on the ball right in front of the goal. Here come the Dogs.
Tong tried to make a play. Frankfort now back offensively. Played back towards midfield. Got a player down in the middle of the field. That's number 9 for West Lafayette.
Foul be on
Austin
Matias.
Pacheco.
Crowd didn't like it, but Matias did run underneath Pacheco. Austin Pacheco this year with 8 assists and 3 goals for Coach Cook's Red Devils.
So they've thrown a couple of people out of the stands here at Frankfort is what you've got the delay. I saw Athletic Director Ed Niehaus escorting one out. Not only does he get to set the field up and get everybody ready, he's got to play run security tonight as well. And so the Frankfort fans unhappy with the call. And that led to some things that obviously the officiating staff here at Frankfort didn't want to hear. So that'll be what's caused the brief break in the action, and the fan from Frankfort will leave to a round of applause. At the end of the day, it doesn't change anything for anyone other than the $5 donation to the athletic department to come in briefly.
Well, again, it's very important for sportsmanship at every
Sure.
level, and we've seen this from time to time at various venues across the state where fans do get out of hand. Congratulations to Ed Niehaus.
Yep.
And for the officials to quietly remove fans from the
Sure.
stands.
You never envy that
unfortunate.
position. And
no,
a lot of times these guys are these men and women that come out and they put on the uniforms. They know they're going to take a little bit of verbal abuse. That comes with the territory. But when it oversteps
it's too much.
The boundaries is too much. And
Yeah.
again, these are high school students that are learning to play a game. They're not going to the MLS tomorrow. They still got some time there, even if they are very gifted. Now another conversation happening on that side of the bench, and they'll send someone that was sitting on Frankfurt's sideline over maybe just to have a conversation with the fans.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing to do, is to get everybody settled down now. You think about Frankfort, Chris Butler's assistant coach is Gustavo Montez, and for West Lafayette, Aaron Cook is ably assisted by Brandon Bohr, Al Captos, David Udo Ime, and Will Hathaway, and it's great to have these youngsters being guided by these veteran coaches.
You got a whistle here, and the fans upset again on this end of the field, and we'll see. The call is here, maybe another penalty kick for West Lafayette, and it will be. So Cook's headed back to the middle again, and Hernandez, who's played really well tonight, unfortunately, is now being asked once again to keep a penalty kick out of the net.
And there was some contact inside the box. There's no doubt about that. Officials make the call, and Cook has another opportunity, this one, to put the Red Devils on top.
So look at the ball set. Now, if you're Hernandez, do you automatically go the opposite direction this time? It becomes the chess match, right?
I'd stay set. I wouldn't move.
Hope that he comes right at you?
Yep.
He guessed right that time, but Cook able to sneak it by him. And now a 2-1 lead for West Lafayette. So Cook with his 31st goal on the season, both of them coming here in the second half in the last 14 minutes of action. So they'll place the ball back at midfield, and Frankfort again they're having conversations. And I really think our head umpire is doing a great job tonight, head official. I mean, he's being patient with everyone. He's explaining. He's at least allowing them to say their piece, but he's keeping the peace, which is a good thing.
It is.
Ask those that are not keeping the peace to leave and get back to the play on the field. West Lafayette once again on the attack, looking to build on that lead. Opportunity, numbers, and angles here. Pass in the middle, and then knocked away from Cook. That was a great play that time from Damian Lopez for Frankfort. Now Frankfort will send it down to the other end. And the goalkeeper, DeLion, does a good job of coming out of net, fielding that one.
So far in the second half, it's been West Lafayette who's been the aggressor in this match, up now 2-1. Scoreboard shows you 1-1, but it's actually West Lafayette 2, Frankfort 1.
Get that fixed on our end. I believe graphics maybe have froze because your clock is stopped as well. So we'll get that reconnected.
Another penalty on the far side. Little contact there.
I wondered, Mike, earlier, and I said something about is this going to lead to fatigue for Frankfort in the second half, because they were really having to bear down defensively. They played on the opposite side of the field the entire night, or at least on their end where they're defending, and it's starting to look like they're getting tired here in the second half. You're starting to see more fouls, more penalties, takedowns, things of that nature, where usually is a sign of someone getting tired. Keskin couldn't get quite everything into that one. Take down in the middle of the field. It's clean play. Frankfort looks to pass ahead. Lagtos able to get it, and then a miss hit. Frankfort has an opportunity
there
here.
It is. It's a
goal.
goal.
They sneak it into the goal on the misplay from DeLion. And it is 2-2 now. Hot Dogs right back in it. And there you go. So let me ask you this. Do they credit 20 with the goal?
I think you're going to have to give Salvador Pena a lot of credit. Number 20, he kept after it. Just a little bit of a mistake there. And I think for Frankfort, when you get exhausted, sometimes when you've got a team that's a little bit more athletic and you're down, you put your head down, but they didn't let that affect them.
They look like they have some more life now. That pepped them right up, right away, ready to roll.
They came right back in it. A lot of credit, though, to West Lafayette's midfielder, number 11, Miguel Vander Mensbruga. He's doing a real good job keeping his team in the game mentally.
Boy, that pass right there was a great idea from Tong, playing back towards the middle. Just nobody there for West Lafayette to put it in the net. That would have been an easy goal. Corner kick coming for West Lafayette as they find themselves all knotted up at 2.
Vandermensbrugge again will take the corner, and they have been exceptional putting pressure on Frankfort throughout the course of the match. They haven't finished with the exception of those 2 penalty kicks.
Last year, West Lafayette beat Frankfort 6-1. The year before that, they beat Frankfort 2-1. And we're all tied up at 2 apiece right now. West Lafayette trying to change that. Hernandez couldn't come out with the hold. But again, the Dogs able to just play defense around the goal. These guys may have to put on some pads and helmets and go out on Friday night and help keep the defense out of the end zone. They're doing a fantastic job, Mike.
They are. Shahir Faruqi had a point-blank shot from about 12 feet out, and he just kicked the ball off the side of his foot, and unfortunately had a great opportunity there. But again, Frankfort really battling out in front of Hernandez and doing a great job defensively to mix things up.
This part of our broadcast brought to us by the Farmers Bank, locally owned and operated with 10 banking offices located in central Indiana, providing retail, business, trust and asset management, investment, mortgage, and electronic banking services. The Farmers Bank is here to support you every step of the way. The Farmers Bank, my bank for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I thank the Farmers Bank and all of our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. Give us the opportunity to come in, work with the high school students, give them a platform to perfect their craft. And for us, it's fun because we get to come call the game and kind of be fans right here. I noticed we both went neutral colors today. You didn't wear your red and white, and I didn't wear my blue and white. I think we were trying to keep it civil.
Wow, what a save by DeLion.
What a save by DeLion. Nice diving effort. Got a paw on that one. You hear the fans yelling, get another one right here. Corner kick coming in. It was a misplay a moment ago that gave Frankfort the opportunity to tie things up. Good footwork in the middle. Frankfort couldn't get a good foot on it. Still alive here, though. Now this one will be cleared by DeLion. I believe that was Leo Mejia that scored early on that had an opportunity again for Frankfort to come away with another goal.
Red Devils trying to pick up the pace and making some substitutions, getting some more fresh legs in there. It's Eric Pacheco, I believe, number 24 in the lineup now for Aaron Cook's club as they press forward.
You can tell both these teams getting after each other.
Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah, it's becoming a good match.
With under 25 minutes left to play in this one.
Stenberg made a mistake there.
Frankfort has not played to a draw this season. West Lafayette has 2 of them on their record. Frankfort with the throw in. There's Mejia.
Tong again.
Yep.
Low gravity, does a great job with his body. Keeping the ball alive for the Red Devils.
Frankfort on the attack. Opportunity here, and then just misplayed on the pass. Boy, I tell you.
Good effort. Can't fault the effort.
No.
Garcia, nice job by 13.
If Garcia is able to put that one on the money, though, we may be looking at a 3-2 lead right now. That's the fun part about this level of sports, though, Mike, is that they're learning, and you see these hills and valleys because they're younger athletes out here on the field, and sometimes you see something and you're like, wow, that's amazing. And then every once in a while you're like, oh, they just missed it. It's still fun. I think the innocence of high school sports is what makes it so intriguing for everyone. And with soccer being on the rise in America and really starting to catch fire in Indiana because we have the Indy 11 now playing down at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Also Pacheco, by the way, for West Lafayette, took a shot on the field. He's slow to get up. Here comes Frankfort.
One popped up in the middle. The header heads the wrong direction. Pacheco back up now. Frankfort with some opportunities. They definitely more on the offensive attack here in the second half than what we saw in the first half, for sure.
Just as you mentioned, they were fatigued. They got that goal, and all of a sudden they've got some energy, and they're back into the match.
Like a shot of life. Think we can find that at our age, Wayne?
Impossible.
Get a quick bolt of energy.
Chen doing a nice job, 23 for West Lafayette.
Is that what you find from your coffee cup in the morning, a little espresso? Gets you going?
Little B12. I'll take B12.
Throw in from West Lafayette. This one will travel out. Last touch by West Lafayette, though, so notice a lot tonight. A lot of teams will have their goalie clear here, but for Frankfort, it's been Chris Matias all night that stays back.
He's got a good leg. You can see right there as he puts it up in the air.
We talked about Hernandez moving from a striking position into the goal, and he's done a fantastic job. He really has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, asking anybody to keep a penalty kick out of the net is
pretty hard.
It's a crapshoot, right?
It is.
It's the closest thing to a free throw you can get. Although in basketball, everyone seems to be making that much harder these days.
Mm-hmm.
Make a free throw. Great pass ahead to Cook. Nice job defensively by Kevin Ramos. Now throw in for Cook. Little two-man action between Faruqi and Cook. This one kicked all the way across the field. So Frankfort will have a throw-in on the side. For West Lafayette, they come in right in a little bit of a winning streak. They've won 3 straight. Play at Frankfort. They will host Maryville on September 28th. That one will get started in the morning. It's set for 11:15 start. Frankfort on the attack.
Ooh.
And just missed a little wide. I believe that was Mejia. Yeah, that number 6 that time, actually.
Chris Hernandez.
It was Chris Hernandez. Trying to find himself in the scoring column. Dogs cover it up, just kick it out. Throw in for West Lafayette.
And the clock is running, about 20 minutes to go in the match.
See some substitutions for both sides. Some players came in, get some fresh legs here with the final 20.
The guy for Frankfurt, it seems to me, that's playing beyond his years is Kevin Ramos, number 4, freshman defender. You know, he is really playing well in today's match.
Yeah, we've seen him get into a few exchanges over here on the side with Cook, and hasn't backed down from a challenge whatsoever. Been very good with his feet. Corner kick opportunity here for West Lafayette, played right into the middle of the field. Opportunity now for the Red Devils. Sometimes it's better just be in the way, and that's what you saw that time.
That's Christian Mejia, number 12. Yeah, Christian Mejia just had to be in the right place at the right time.
A little bit of a misplay, but Frankfort, well, nearly recovered. Good passing upfield from Frankfort. Played a little long. Noah Stenberg there for West Lafayette to take away. And now a good battle. Number 5 and number 15.
And number 5 is Noel Mora for the Hot Dogs, a senior midfielder.
Number 15 is Paolo Gumasing. And that is one I did not ask Coach about, so I'm hoping I just nailed that one. 50-50 chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Under 20 to go. Tong with a little cross block there. The ball stays in. Ramos with it, and he kicks it out there, just misplayed, a little wide. Both these teams winding down their season. Both have had successful seasons. We've talked about it a handful of times, with Frankfort being 8-4. Coming off of back-to-back sectional championships. How about West Lafayette? Did the same thing. They won in 2017, 2018 as well. They've actually had 7 sectional titles since 2003. So a program that's been on the rise for sure for the Red Devils.
And that's a good number for West Lafayette, considering the fact that they're, 2A school in soccer, and the fact that they've been really good, as we know, in football. And sometimes you got kids that choose either sport. In the case of Frankfort, I believe there's a couple youngsters on the Hot Dogs roster that also play football.
About that type of workload that it would take. Come out and run around all day on the soccer field and then go out and put some pads on and sweat. Frankfort trying to break this tie here on this end, and that one just a little too strong. We've seen them take some shots from distance. It worked on the first goal of the game. But the last few that we've seen have been well off the mark.
Yeah, it's generally not going to work too well, and the only good news for the Hot Dogs is the fact that the clock runs. It takes that much more time to retrieve the ball and for the Lion for the goal kick.
But to be honest with you, West Lafayette's really done a nice job of packing that defense, and there haven't been a lot of opportunities for Frankfort down on this end. Trying to find Cook here. That one played out by Matthias.
.22 for Frankfort. Matthias, as you mentioned, has played well too, and he's also had a lot of time spent marking Cook.
That shoulder block there in the middle of the field. Rudy Garcia slow to get up from Frankfort. About 15.5 to go here from Frankfort High School. What has been a very entertaining match, and now opportunity here. Nope, a little long. Hernandez. We're going to work to get a substitution here, I think.
Frankfort's going to send in Canado, number 7.
I thought that he took a shot down here and was a little slow to get up.
Yeah, he's hurt. There's nice camera work here by the Frankfort High School hot dog crew on number 13, Rudy Garcia.
Just stops during injuries. See him grabbing at the wrist area. And it was a pretty good collision down here where the ball just kind of got there the same time that Rudy and the defender both met in the middle. He definitely took the worst of it. And you can tell the young man's definitely in pain, and you hope that he didn't break something in that wrist or forearm area, maybe just a stinger. Give us an opportunity to thank our sponsors. We'll give IU Health here. I mean, well, we'll go to Titmont. That's fine. An in-home energy assessment is the easy, convenient, and free way to measure your home's energy efficiency, lowering your energy bills and saving you money. Schedule your free assessment. Visit titmont.org. Titmont RMC, empowering our communities. Fans clapping for Rudy there as he's able to get up and walk off under his own power. That's a good sight to see.
It is. Another good sight to see. As we talked earlier about sportsmanship for West Lafayette, number 20, Rukundo Tong was clapping for this youngster after he got up from being injured. Good show of sportsmanship by Tong.
So Rudy Garcia will head off. He'll get treatment. Clock was stopped during that exchange, so we reset. Ours back to match the stadium here. Tong will check out.
West Lafayette graduated a large senior class last year. They lost 71 goals among 4 players. And for this club to come back after that 0-2-1 start, it's pretty significant.
I was going to say, both of these teams are pretty well senior laden, even with as much turnover as they had last year. 9 seniors on West Lafayette's roster. Frankfort has 11. And so how much of a testament is that to a player like Kevin Ramos? You talked about him playing well earlier from Frankfort. You were impressed with him. He's a freshman. He beats out 11 seniors. To be in part of that starting rotation with Frankfort, that's pretty impressive for a freshman to come in and do that.
It is. And for Frankfort, and we know from West Lafayette as well, both good youth soccer programs in developing these people, and as well as travel teams. Travel is a big part of soccer at this point for those who compete in high school soccer and get these youngsters prepared for the fall season.
You talked about Luke DeLion, where he came in at the half and set in goal here for West Lafayette. Just a sophomore for DeLion, and he's got the most minutes in the net all season long. And you're looking at their record on the year being a 7-3-2, having a rather young goalkeeper in net. That's pretty impressive as well. This header misplayed. Frankfort with an opportunity. But a great job hustling.
Yeah, Stenberg did a good job, number 17. And he's also, I've mentioned this, for the most part, been really under control. Made maybe 1 or 2 mistakes. But you need some solid defense in the backside. And Stenberg is very solid, number 17 for the Red Devils.
I don't know how many times it's looked like Frankfort was going to have the opportunity to beat them down the field, and Stenberg's gotten there first. Yeah. Very quick on his feet. Nice passing from Frankfort here. And a better job from West Lafayette. Just goes in and takes it away. It's Paolo. Am I seeing number 15 for West Lafayette with the takeaway? Around 12-minute mark. Both teams attempt to break this tie. If you're Coach Butler, do you take the tie? I mean, it's better than the loss, right?
Oh, yeah. You can get a tie.
That's one step closer to finally getting over that hump and getting a victory here against West Lafayette.
But, of course, with Coach Butler, any coach, you want to win. You want to find a way. And
how do you feel about ties in sports? I got to ask. It drives me nuts. I'm not going to lie.
I don't like them unless you get an opportunity to have a reasonable shootout or a reasonable overtime period.
Sure.
At least with soccer, you have a shootout, and you got more than just one person making the difference. But
good back and forth action here.
Nobody wants a tie
in the box. Hey, you come out and you sweat for 90 minutes and go, hey, good job, guys. We'll both go him, and nobody wins. It's a good shot of DeLion. Luke, we talked about the sophomore. A pretty big leg.
I think there may be a handball.
Yeah, hand touch. Minsbruga tries to find Cook in the middle of the field, and offsides, I think, might have been the call there. Kudos to Frankfort tonight, though. They led 1-0 at the half. They had a couple of calls, some penalties inside the box, 2 penalty kicks. They find themselves down 2-1, and then get a misplay from West Lafayette, get things tied up. But they never like dropped their heads at any point in this match, even after surrendering the lead.
No, not at all. Uh-oh, look out.
Yeah,
here comes
chance for Cook. Goes down in the box. Now, I wondered, a late whistle, but is it incidental contact, or will it be another penalty kick here?
I think when a player of his stature goes down, there's going to be a penalty kick. I would highly doubt that they would not call a penalty against Frankfort. It's got to be a kick upcoming.
Now, it happened just outside the box, so Frankfort will be able to set some other defenders up here. But again, a big opportunity for West Lafayette. If you're Frankfort, you got to take a stand. If you're Cook, you want to put one in the old onion sack, I think is what they refer to it in the business. So Frankfort fortunate there. Two score. Like, it's hard to believe that we're already approaching the end of soccer season. We're in week 5 or 6 of football already. Isn't it crazy? Like, the school year just started in a blur already.
What's crazy is I remember these two teams meeting each other 2 years ago with that 2-1 match. And that one, I thought West Lafayette completely outdominated Frankfort. Not tonight. Frankfort really is countered quite well in this one.
Speaking of soccer, more headed your way tomorrow night. Another partnered production with the Hot Dog TV network. We'll have girls soccer for you as Frankfort's arch rivals, Lebanon, comes to town. That has been probably their biggest rival in the history of the school is Lebanon in all sports. So we'll have some girls soccer headed your way tomorrow night. Mike and I back on the call. Thursday night on the ISC Sports Network, we'll have some girls volleyball for you at Clinton Prairie High School. Then Friday night football kicks off. This week we've got just one location on Friday night. We'll be at Carmel High School, part of our MIC coverage. You can watch that one on the ISC Sports Network, or you can watch it on Channel 23, WNDY, out of Indianapolis, or you can watch it on Comcast Channel 81. Some live football. It'll be a big production on Friday night. Another takedown there, a late whistle once again. Cook getting banged up in this one. He's hit the ground a handful of times. I don't mean to laugh that he's fallen. It's just, he's looking back at the official like, man, how many times am I going to get knocked down here? Give me some love.
I think he was asking for a card, and he didn't get it.
You got to have tough shins if you're Cook. I mean, you're battling really for any of these guys. He battled in there. He's been kicked, been knocked down. It's been a prosperous night for him personally. Obviously, he wants his team to come out with a victory, but he added 2 more goals to his individual stats for this evening, or for the year. Did that this evening. 31 goals now on the year.
Again, Matthias doing a good job of kicking for Frankfort.
West Lafayette definitely aggressive, getting after the ball here. I think they feeling the pressure of the clock ticking down. They don't want to leave here with a tie. They want to come out with a win. Minzbruga over to Faruqi, taken away by Frankfort and then kicked out of bounds. Great opportunity to thank FiberHawk. Now available, FiberHawk Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable, FiberHawk.
Uh-oh.
And an opportunity there, and then they get tangled up. No call from the officials.
Nobody was home for West Lafayette to rebound that shot as Hernandez was able to get a hand on it and come back on the opposite side to pick up the save.
Hernandez with a sky-high ball here. Under 6 minutes to go. I was talking about our upcoming schedule. We get the game at Carmel, and then Saturday, if you're a college football fan, at 6 o'clock on the ISC Sports Network, you can watch either the Marion Knights from NAIA as they are at home, and then Indy University of Indianapolis kicks off at 6:05 as well. So both of those games will be live for you. So all week long, that's all we do. We just bring you sports nonstop. Gotta love it, right?
You do. And
my wife doesn't.
And you've got top 10 programs in Marion and UIndy, both ranked NAIA and Division II. And I know that the schools from the MIC always are highly regarded year in and year out. Carmel Greyhounds with that big overtime victory last week over Lawrence North.
With Carmel keeping undefeated like they have in football for the MIC, we continue to find them on our broadcasting on Friday nights. So it'll be North Central this Friday. That one kicked wide, but a whistle for offsides, I believe, first.
Yeah, Cook was ahead of the play, ahead of number 4, Kevin Ramos again for Frankfort. Offside West Lafayette. The clock continues to wind, under 4.5. Speaking of football, noticed Brian Ney, head football coach of Lafayette Central Catholic, named area 4 coach of the week. Congratulations to the Knights knocking off Tipton.
Yeah, great victory for them.
Great victory. Outstanding play by Lafayette Central Catholic to come up with a victory there, and a great turnout at Paul LaRocca Field.
That was a game we had for you last Friday across our networks. This joint venture with Hot Dog TV Network all season long. Once we get through the fall, we'll have both boys and girls basketball for you. You may find some wrestling. Both of these teams, the ball just keeps going back and forth down the field. Who's going to get lucky here? Or are we going to end in a 2-2 tie? I shouldn't call it luck. Who's going to find pay dirt? Although sometimes you get lucky, right? This one kicked wide. You see the clock in the background. 3:25.
Brian Gomez for Frankfort had a window. Fired it to the left as Tong checks the lineup again. Number 15 for West Lafayette. You mentioned his name, Paolo Gomasing, did a nice job at midfield. The junior worked really hard for Aaron Cook tonight.
He was really aggressive when he hit the field. West Lafayette tries to push this one out. Hernandez keen to it. They'll look to clear for Frankfort. Under 3 minutes now. This is kind of beyond the witching hour. They call the fourth quarter the witching hour in football. Should I say American football, where things can change quickly, and we're right there now where a late goal here could doom either one of these squads. Frankfort trying to find an opportunity to put one on goal here. Chance, kick. And that was Stenberg down there for West Lafayette getting in the way, getting a deflection. This one out. Now goalie kick to put it back into play. 2 minutes to go here from Frankfort High School.
Good play by DeLine to get that ball in play quickly. Don't have a whole lot of time to work their way up the field here.
This one played out. Good job defensively that time from Frankfort. It's number 12, Christian Mejia Mora. There's Mejia Mora. Battle in the middle of the field, nothing called. West Lafayette, maybe one final shot here with Tong.
Oh! Oh, my goodness.
Just played it too
Oh,
tall.
my goodness.
Cook with a wide open net and just got a little too much foot on it.
That was a great piece for West Lafayette.
Mike, I could feel it over here as you were watching that when you were ready to explode. That Red Devil pride was getting ready to come out of you. They say once you leave, you're always RDP, right?
Well, I give credit to RDP to Steve Helmick. Steve Helmick was football coach at West Lafayette. He was the guy that created, later on in his career, he became the president of Cathedral High School. Steve, 3-year letterman at center at Indiana University. I remember him taking on the West Lafayette job. He was, I think, 27 years old. One of his first games he coached was against Purdue linebacker Rick Shavatello at Crawfordsville. Here comes Frankfort.
20 seconds to go. You can hear the fans yelling, 20 seconds, let's go. Throw in on the sideline as we approach 10 seconds. Frankfort with the throw in. And we will reach zeros on the clock with the score tied 2-2. What a fantastic battle it was here tonight with both Frankfort and West Lafayette. Mike, what's your thoughts here on this varsity matchup, what you saw tonight? I saw two teams that played really hard.
Well, to give Frankfort credit, they really came out well in the first half. They played extremely hard. They didn't make a lot of mistakes, and Avi Hernandez in goal was the difference, I think, for the Hot Dogs. For West Lafayette, not quite sure if they were ready to come off the bus. They didn't play as well as they would have liked to. I think they would have liked to come up with a win here after the fact that they just rolled over Harrison and Jeff 2-0 in each of those matches. You'd think that maybe they'd win another one. Maybe they didn't take Frankfort for what they were worth and didn't play as well as Coach Cook would have wanted to, but still a good learning opportunity for both clubs.
2-2 your final here from Frankfort. Our post-game show is brought to us by Ardente Dental. Healthy smile start here. Call to schedule your next appointment, 654-7222.
We love to see you here at the Farmers Bank. However, we know there are times you need to bank on your schedule, wherever you may be. With the Farmers Bank mobile banking app, you can check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and now you can also securely deposit checks with your smartphone by simply taking a picture of the check. Download our mobile banking app today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life.
Oh my God! We are ripping fast today. And how hard can it be, right? These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks. Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Welcome you back here to Frankfort High School as we get into our post-game show now, brought to us by Ardente Dental. Healthy smile start here. Call to schedule your next appointment at 654-7222. Se habla español. Mike, a 2-2 tie, no shootouts or anything like that here in the regular season, just ends in the tie. So Frankfort will go to 8-4-1 on the season. West Lafayette will go to 7-3-3. So neither team with a victory, but you got to think for Frankfort, maybe a little bit of a moral victory. You know, you came out against a team that you haven't beaten in quite some time, and you're able to play them to a tie tonight. And you got to think maybe a confidence boost for Frankfort. And then maybe this will light a fire with West Lafayette because, as you said right before we went to the break, they're coming off beating Lafayette. Jeff, they just beat Harrison. You come in here to a stalemate with Frankfort. You got to think that's probably going to fire them up a little bit. So look out whoever's next on West Lafayette's schedule. We had that earlier.
Yeah, and you have to remember that, again, these are young men, some as young as 14 years old, competing at a high level of soccer. Congratulations to both these clubs for battling this out into a tie. But for West Lafayette, when you look at tonight, this was a match of missed opportunities. They missed probably 3 or 4 goals that they probably could have scored. They had at least three that went off the crossbar, and that last opportunity that Cook merely must put over the top of the goal probably would have been the game winner. But congratulations to both these clubs for really battling out. As you mentioned, there's no doubt about it. Both clubs have a different lesson in mind as they move forward in making a run of this tournament. I still feel that West Lafayette has a chance to really make a breakthrough season. And Frankfort certainly does too, if Hernandez can continue to play the kind of goal that he did tonight in tonight's tie.
Up next for West Lafayette, it's Merrillville on September 28th. Up next for the Frankfort Hot Dogs just 2 days from now is Danville. Again, we appreciate you tuning in here to our coverage tonight. That's going to do it from Frankfort High School, our final 2-2. Special thank you to Frankfort High School, the Hot Dog TV Network, and Athletic Director Ed Niehaus. For Mike Walensky, I'm Sean Walker. I appreciate you tuning in. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night as we'll have girls soccer for you, Lebanon and Frankfort, right here on the ISC Sports Network.